This little fella kind of looks like, a person standing there with their arms raised up in the air, or like a peace sign upside down without that outer circle. And this is Algiz, Algiz, and this one represents friendship. Friendship. But not necessarily, of course, the type of friendship that we typically think of, like you and I, we're friends, but this is more about an inner friendship. This rune represents protection, it represents power within, it represents universal knowledge and higher self. So I think about it kind of like a person standing there reaching up and getting back connected to that higher self, the one that's above you. And in ancient times, this rune represented, it was the figure of like an elk or like a deer with these um, um, horns of wisdom that are right there above you at all time. And I also kind of have come to think of it as that same kind of elk energy. You know how if I picture an elk in the woods, I picture them being high alert, aware that there's something more happening than just grazing in the field, like always aware that you're connected to something more and something bigger, and being able to connect to that higher self is what brings forth that feeling of safe. So where we're typically used to, I can speak for myself, where in my past I've been used to feeling safe when I have a certain physical situation happening or a certain set of physical circumstances. It's learning how to reconnect, or it's an invitation to reconnect to your higher self and understand that in that connection is where you find your inner wisdom, your power. It comes from within. And that is also where protection comes from. It's an inside job. So this rune represents development. So if you think about developing from just your physical self, like thinking of yourself as just a physical self, and expanding beyond that, developing this idea, expanding our perspective, evolving how we see ourselves and see the world around us, then this is what we're doing. We're more than our physical selves. And when we connect to our higher self, that's where we find the peace. That's where we make the right choices. And that's where we feel safe. So it represents a reminder to rely on universal guidance. And it is here as a reminder to let you know that support will be there. Support is here. So whatever it is you're feeling like you need support around, this is already in place, and it's you're connecting to your higher self, to that universal wisdom, back to the all that there is, connecting to that internal friendship, the friendship that you have with yourself and life around you, the friendship that you have with your external self and your internal self. Relying on that connection, that's where you will overcome your problems. That is where you find that connection to your higher self. And this is also a symbol that can be used for inner strength. So if you're finding yourself like feeling the angst of the moment, if you're finding yourself kind of feeling disempowered at any time, you can draw this symbol, you can evoke this symbol, you can become this symbol, and you can work with this symbol to help you to anchor back in, connect back to that inner wisdom, that higher self. And it's a great rune to use for healing. So if you've been asking for healing, if that's one of the problems that you're trying to overcome right now, if that's some of the support that you're asking to come into your life, this rune is an indicator to say that this is what is going to be coming forward for you. That support is there. It's going to be coming more visible to you, but your connection to it is going to be within. Good stuff, right?